Alright, first off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing, spreading all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is the brother Arawam from James Jamaica camp, coming to a quick lesson. And the inspiration of this lesson, comes from this video here by the beloved brother Yeshawamba, with Remnant Save 144. It says, take care of yourself. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out, get edified, subscribe to the channel. All right. Now, in this video, he broke down a lot of things, and one of the main things he was getting into was health and etiquette, and the brother was, going into the fact that there are things that we can do that not necessarily, unlawful or aren't necessarily, sin, but we indulge in it to the point where it becomes, hurtful unto us, you know. For example, drinking, drinking too much, and not from the standpoint of being a drunkard, but just drinking to the point where it throws you off. When you wake up in the morning, you're off balance. He gave quite a few examples. Just watch the video. You'll get what I'm saying, and it really had me thinking, of a truth that he even said this as well. The fact that the curses, even though we're under the curses, and we're gonna always be under the curses till Yahweh shall return, we shouldn't pretty much have that cursed mindset, because at the end of the day, the curses are slowly being lifted as well, So even though we're under the curses, it doesn't mean that we indulge in, or we eat, we don't have good habits. Pretty much that was what he was saying. Don't have good eating habits. Don't have, don't work out. Work out to the best as you can. You don't have to be, a fitness expert or get into it like that. But bodily exercise profit a little. Do a little workout, include workout in your way of life, the things that you eat, the people that you have around you, women and otherwise, that's the overall mindset that we have towards certain things, and also various etiquettes. He was going into even in the book of Sirach, where it talks about, not being the first at the table and, things of that nature. And in general, it's like, we are royalty. We're training to be kings and priests upon the earth. And, kings, have a certain level of decorum, they have a certain level of conduct, and there's a certain level of mindset. Doesn't mean that, we're all going to do the exact same things and have the same exact interest or have the same exact challenges. No. But our mindset and how we operate in general, it can be done. We can do better, and we should do better. The scriptures, as it pertains to etiquettes as well, scriptures talk about, a man gait, which is his walk, his attire, how he dress, and his excessive laughter tells you who he is. So even things like, how we carry ourselves outwardly, various things, yeah, we're under the curses, but as best as is in you, the scripture says what? Do good unto thyself. Brother pretty much quote that precept as well. And these three precepts, that I'm about to read, they came to mind. And yeah, just hopefully this is edifying. So this is 2 Timothy 2, verse 3. It says, and if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully. So yeah, we're striving for mastery, and we have to strive lawfully, meaning that what? There are things that there are certain challenges, we pretty much have to go up the right way, so to speak. Even today I was seeing a video, and in the video, I think it was a clip from Teen Titans with our Justice League, one of those things, and Robin was in training, and he made it to the top of the mountain, and he was saying that, look, why is it that I had to climb the mountain and someone else could just come up the easy path? And the person was saying that, look, in life there's always going to be people that take the easy path, but your everybody journey is different, and what's important is that you go up the right way, or you pretty much take on things with the right mindset, and with the right conduct, and it's the same thing the brother was saying, that look, with how we operate, there are certain mindset that we should have. There are certain things that we should definitely be considering, as we go through our walk. You know, a lot of things that we should consider. We want to do this the right way. Have the right mindset towards food. Have the right mindset towards, it's all temperance. You know, and some ailments, brothers have to live with. But yeah, if you have a particular ailment, and if you eat certain types of food, or if your diet isn't up to par to a certain extent, you're going to be affected. Then what's the point? Not because it's unlawful doesn't mean that we should do things to our own detriment, or operate in a way that we pretty much self-inflict, or I say self-inflicted tribulations. you know so it's good to have that mindset, in regards to, as we strive towards the master, because we're applying these scriptures to the best of our abilities, definitely keeping the laws to the best of our abilities. But there are other factors, and other ways of operating that will, help us to be more beneficial to ourselves and to the ministry. The brother was going into, making our bodies a living sacrifice. If you don't have a particular mindset, if your health isn't in certain condition, then how can you be a benefit onto the ministry? And it always start with these small things, and he was going to even discipline that you aren't going to get instant results. You see these people in the world, they try to get, the next fitness machine, make you fit in one day, or this fitness pill, or some magic technique, or the real results come day by day. you know you know discipline, and at times you fall, but at least you start small and you build up, and when you fall, you get back up, and try to keep it all in balance. you know and that is it. That is doing it the right way. you know you, you hear the stories about athletes who use steroids and the side effects that come with it. That's not it. And not only does this help, you know from a bodily standpoint, it also helps much more in the spiritual sense, because it helps to keep a clear mind. And it also, molds the spirit by maintaining the discipline. All right. So let me get, as I say that, let me get this next precept. This won't be too long. This is Luke 10. So like Luke 16 verse 10. It says, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much." So it's the little things that we do or don't do, the little things that we pay attention or don't pay attention to maintain and to implement. These are the things that actually, hinder us from operating within a certain way. These are the things that causes us a lot of trouble. The little things. So it all starts from, it usually starts from a small place. Even Yahushua said, what if your faith is as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. you know so it always starts with the little things, and how seriously you take the little things, and how seriously you pay attention to the things around you, and implement everything, one step at a time. There are some quotes out there in the world, even some Chinese quotes. I'm not sure if this one comes from China, but I think it says, every journey begins with one step. You know, or there are various variations. All houses start with one brick. lay one brick at a time. So it shows that, look, it all starts small, and it's a steady progress, little by little, you know and it's the same thing. So if we don't think much of some minor things that are definitely tripping us up and showing us off, where we know what to do, and we know that we should be doing these things, but if we don't get it, if we don't do it, nobody can do it for us. So it's something that we need to pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for the Spirit to identify these things and start to implement them. Hey, so a lot of people don't even think light of even prayer, as simple as it is. I remember one time the Apostle Gabar says one of the reasons why men fall out this truth is because they don't pray enough. Because they think, why wouldn't you pray enough? Because it's a case where you're not seeing the importance of prayer or the significance of prayer. It's always the little things, that makes the biggest difference. I think that's also a quote out there. I think I heard that one before. It's the little things that makes the biggest difference. Let me get my final precept. Once again, this won't be long. This is 1 Corinthians 9 verse 25. It says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now this is going into the full verse, is going into athletes in the world, of how they're disciplined, and they do they endure a lot for a corruptible crown. Right? It says, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible. And it's the same concept. We're not doing, when we focus on our health, when we focus on the things that we entertain, the things that we take into our mind, the people that we're around, the things that we focus on, the type of our interest, and our diet and all of that. You have people in the world that do that, as a athletes do that, and they get their carnal benefits. And even regular people out there do these type of things, and they see carnal results, or they get carnal rewards. But all of this is to what? To be a living sacrifice unto the ministry, and ultimately, having the right mindset, or praying and building upon the right mindset. Peradventure, we of the hopeful elect, we get to obtain salvation. We get to enter within the kingdom. So it says, what he that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. So and temperate goes back into what? Being seasonal. Knowing that there's a time and place for everything under the sun. So you're not over too much. You don't overindulge. For you, your brother was going into what eating until you're satisfied, not eating until you're till you're full, till you feel uneasy. If you know that you're a brother that 2 beers and you're good, hey, just have 2 beers. Even if there's 10, just have 2. If it's a case that you know that you only have 2 hours where you can, let's say that your brother that likes video games, and you know that based on how things are, it's only 2 hours you have that you can dedicate to that, and everything else takes its rightful priority. You play the game for 2 hours. After those 2 hours are up, you put that aside. That's all a part of being temperate. And many other examples. They're just throwing those out there. So I'm just going to look on the word mastery and temperate. This is mastery. It says to enter a contest, to contend, gymnastic days, to contend with adversaries, like a fight. Metaphorically, to contend, to struggle with difficulties, dangers, to endeavor with strenuous zeal, strive to obtain something. What is it that we're trying to how is it what's the mastery that we're trying to obtain? The mastery of righteousness, the mastery of being able to enter into the kingdom. Right, and it says temperate, right, to be self-controlled, continent, to exhibit self-government, conduct oneself temperately, in a figure drawn from athletes who, in preparing themselves for the games, abstain from wholesome food, wine, and sexual indulgence. And guess what? When athletes do that, It doesn't mean that athletes they don't drink or they don't eat certain foods any at all, or they don't have sex any at all. It's just it's for a season, it's for a time, until either the season is over or until it depend on where they are in the season, so on and so forth, or not before the fight. In Rocky, there's a scene where I think it was Sal that said to Rocky that when he was looking at the girl, he was saying, look, focus. They make you weak in the knees, and he was pretty much training for the fight, you know, and if you know, if you really know, you know, as a man, if you should try to have sex, like let's say that you play sports or anything and you have sex before a major game or a major competition or whatever, the next day you're gonna be weak. You're not gonna be on fire, or you're not gonna be in tip top shape. Something's gonna be off. You're gonna lose all that edge that you have built up, throughout the time period. So it's all within temperance. It's all within striving for the mastery. And as I say, just a beautiful brother, just lambacking off what the brother brought out. Hopefully this was edifying. Once more to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Hashem Shai Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing his word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom.